Hey, I haven't spoken a little bit. Today is, I should know what today is because that's what this video is about. Today is November 23rd, which makes this 7 years that I haven't drank. And that's kind of why I'm making this video, to celebrate, my strength, really. My strength and my willpower. And yeah, I haven't drank in 7 years, and it's been incredible. I think that it really shaped who I am. 7 years later, it's really hard to not drink, because, and I was talking to some friends last night about it, and one of my friends was like, yeah, I want to go out sometimes and not have a drink, but you get there and everyone's having beers, so it's like, I guess I'll just have a beer. And I guess it's just like so socially accepted and almost encouraged, that people don't think it's like a bad thing, but for some people it's a bad thing, and I'm one of those people. I can't drink. I'm bad. I don't think it's good for me anyway. Like, I try to eat healthy, so I wouldn't put some kind of poison inside my body anyway. So drinking's the same thing. So yeah, I haven't drank in 7 years, and so this day 7 years ago, I I was making some mistakes. I was out with some people, and we just went to all these bars and clubs, and like, I noticed that this one police officer was like, I just kept seeing him everywhere we went, right? And then we got back to the car and we were gonna leave, and the cop was like, hey, I just saw you go to every, and I was underage at the time. Had just turned 18, and they're like, I saw you, you're not driving. We tried to drive, I know that, and like, hit a bunch of stuff in a parking lot. So then all this crazy stuff happened, and long story short, I spent the night in jail. And it wasn't like going to jail that made me not drink. It was getting out of jail. And my dad picked me up, and he like wasn't talking to me. I could just feel the bad vibes, and I knew I did something wrong, and I felt so guilty for going to jail and make him come to Boston and bail me out, and I just felt like a fuck up, you know? And so I'm like in the car with my dad, and I'm like, Dad, like, you have to talk to me. And he was like, I'm just really disappointed in you. And that hurts. Everybody knows that being upset with, like, have your parents be pissed at you, like, yell at me, whatever, like, I don't care, I'm gonna roll that off. But you say you're disappointed in me, and that, like, that hurts so much worse than being upset with you, like, just on some angriness. So yeah, when my dad told me that he was disappointed in me, I made a promise to myself, and verbally I made a promise to him. I was like, I will never disappoint you again. Like, today's the last day that I will do anything to jeopardize how I make you feel. And so since that day, I have never drank ever again. Even at the bar, I work at a bar at night, and people are like, oh, try it. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I don't even want to try it. I don't want it at all. Yeah, so I want to say, like, thank you to myself for, like, maybe coming to a realization at an early age that this is not for me, and being able to look back on it. So I had lunch dinner with my dad today, and I told him, you know, today is 7 years I haven't drank. Do you remember that day? And it's funny, like, I just imagined my life without sobriety, right? So I'm a crazy all or nothing person, and so when I did drink, I was getting drunk, you know, and maybe that was part of the problem or whatever, but I do better off without it. And so my dad doesn't drink either, and matter of fact, no one in my family drinks. So I had a huge support system when I was trying to change my life, right? So I had all of these, everyone in my family was just right by my side. And say they did drink or did something else, you know, I think that they would be 110% have my back and be supportive of anything that I want to do or don't want to do. It's my jacket. Well, it's my dad's jacket. I meant to give it to him today, but I don't know. We left it. I'll see him in a few days. But yeah. So this video is to thank myself for having willpower and being strong enough to say no and to just, I feel like I vibrated at a higher frequency because of, I'm not ever hungover. So I think about it, you know, I see my friends and they drink and drink and drink until they're so drunk. And then they sleep all day the next day and they have to recover. This is normal though. Even if they woke up, they would still have something in them, you know. So I feel like I can, not that I'm like better than anyone, but I just vibrate at a higher frequency. I'm naturally higher on things because nothing is distorting my wholeness, you know. So yeah, I wanted to check in 7 years later. So that was November of I don't even know the math, I'm so bad, but it was November 23rd of like 2008 maybe. Yeah, because I was 18. So yeah, it was November of 2008. And then I would still like hang out with my friends and stuff, and they would drink. They couldn't believe I wasn't gonna drink anymore. I remember it was Thanksgiving, so Thanksgiving was the next day, I think, and that's all you do. That's all you do is get drunk on Thanksgiving, and I didn't drink, and that was probably the hardest day. It was day one because it was like party time, you know, all my friends, and so yeah. And then a couple months later, me and my dad moved to Florida in February. So it was always the plan, you know, like my dad would always talk about it and say, hey, as soon as you graduate, I'm leaving this godforsaken city. And so I think that was a huge blessing and a huge like catalyst towards being able to be strong on my own, right? So I was able to define who I was in a whole new setting. And it was really hard because what do you do? And especially Tampa is like super, the clubs, you can just get in the club. Everything's 18 and up, and even if it's not, you're in. It doesn't matter. So there was so much pressure on me at first because I was meeting new people, and that's what you do. Everyone, even now, when people like want to hang out with me, hey, do you want to grab a drink? I'm like, you're going to have to come at me with something a bit more creative because I'm not interested in getting a drink with you. Word for word, right? And so maybe as part of my reflection today, you can take away and try to find something that you can have the most willpower in, you know? So just reflect on where you maybe were 7 years ago. Maybe something significant didn't happen, but think about when you were 18 years old. How about that? 18 years old, and say you had made a decision in your life to take a left instead of a right. What would have happened, you know? Who would you be today? I know I would not be the same person I am today if I had stayed going down the road I was going on, because I was just partying. I was doing nothing, you know? And so I see a lot of people do that now. A lot of people that could be super successful, that are talented people, and all they fucking do is party. And so I hope to bring some awareness to this too, that you don't have to go out and do these things. You can stay home and make YouTube videos. I did a lot today though. I did. And so I'm so proud of myself. I am so proud of myself. And I hope other people can become more proud of themselves just by hearing my message. And yeah, so I'm super grateful for my support system, all of my family, everybody that has had my back 110% and told me you can do it. They were in my corner every round, because that is probably the most important thing, LeBron didn't get good at basketball on his own. Yeah, he showed up, he practiced, but who gave him drills? His coach, So I think that maybe it would be beneficial if you guys could really look around you and see who's ultimately supporting you, because not everybody that you keep around, I mean, speaking for myself, not everybody that is around you is supporting you 110%. So make sure you reflect on that and find the people that really do have your back and have their back too, and just thank them. I mean, 'tis the season, right? Be thankful. Let people know that you're thankful for them. I'm so thankful for my family. It's incredible. And everybody. Sorry, I'm like talking too much. And everybody that has supported me along the way, like all my really good friends and stuff. And everybody that's been there for me, because it gets tough. But yeah, so I hope that you can reflect and find your support systems and be grateful for progress that you've made. And yeah, I'm probably going to burn out my throat if I say anything else, so